Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm Jared from It's HDG Gaming. Today I'm bringing you guys another top 5 zombies countdown. Last week I strayed away from zombies and I went for the top 5 Call of Duties. And if you guys want to check out our other top 5s, they'll be in the description below. But today I'm doing top 5 zombie buildables. Zombie buildables started in Black Ops 2, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw them, I was kind of iffy about it. Like, I wasn't too happy, or I wasn't quite sure how they would affect zombies, but they ended up being really cool and really helpful. This list won't include like any buildable weapons like the origin staffs or the jet gun or anything like that. It's simply just buildables, and so I'm going to get right into it here, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the list. Leading off the list at number 5, we have the turret from Only Transit. It consists of an RPD, which you can't really use, you can only pick it up, an ammo bag, and a lawnmower. And I found this really helpful when playing solo and when trying to do the Easter egg, because the Easter egg on this map is frustrating, and there will be times when you screw up and you have to go another round, and this equipment is extremely helpful for when that happens. And I was a little upset it was only on transit, because it was a good idea, but I don't think many people used the turret. But when you did use it, you needed a turbine, so you could put a turbine next to it, and that it would basically be like a second, or not second if you're playing solo, a second guy, but it would basically be like another player just shooting zombies for you, even though you didn't get any points for it. But that's why the turret leads off the list at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the turbine. The turbine can be found on maps Transit and Buried. It consists of a fan, a tail, and a mannequin chest. Basically, what this buildable does, it provides power to anything you need. You can use it to open certain doors, like these 2 big doors right here in the beginning of Transit. Instead of having to open the main door and waste money on it, you can just use the turbine to open the doors. It can power up perk machines. It can power up streetlights, and if you don't know, streetlights, you can use them as basically transporters to hop around the map, even though I don't think you can really control where you go. It can power other buildables like the electric trap and the turret and the subsurface resonator. It can restart the bus if it gets hit by an EMP. And you need it to open the door to the pack-a-punch machine, so it can be very, very important in transit, especially if you want to get to higher rounds. So that's why I put the turbine at the number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have the Trample Steam, which you can build on the maps Die Rise and Buried. It consists of chicken wire, a motor, a bellows, which is basically just a big airbag, and a flag. I noticed that this piece of equipment was most helpful on Die Rise, because there were some parts of the maps where, obviously everyone knows Die Rise was a big map and it was really confusing, and there were some parts where you could kind of use the Trample Steam to get shortcuts, and you could hop across the maps in sections where you normally wouldn't be able to jump across, but you could let the Trample Steam shoot you across. And it was the same thing for Buried, except for I don't think it was as important on Buried, because you could get to those sections in Buried, but you just had to buy it, so it basically just saved you a little bit of money. But basically what I used the Trample Steam the most for was basically just as a backup. Like, I would, the way I would run my train in Buried is I would get to a certain spot, have all the zombies behind me, and turn around and start shooting them. But obviously, as everyone knows, more will spawn in, and then they'll spawn in behind you. There's a good chance they will. And I put the Trample Steam behind me, like you guys can see here, and any zombie that comes up behind me gets destroyed by the Trample Steam. And the Trample Steam is extremely effective. It reloads really quick, and it's extremely helpful to watch your back. and it is useful for jumping across the map and saving yourself some money, but this is the main use for it that I found, just watching my back when I'm shooting down my trains, and that's why the trample steam is at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the Subsurface Resonator, a buildable that was sadly only on Buried, but I never really knew what this was at first, but I obviously eventually found out, and it ends up being a really, really badass piece of equipment. I basically use it as the same thing as a trample steam. I use it to watch my back, and it's really useful for camping in the little alley where Juggernaut is. But it's definitely more effective than the trample steam, but you don't have that element of being able to jump from places and be able to save yourself some money. But it definitely can watch your back. It's more reliable than the trample steam. It shoots out these huge sonic waves that kind of remind me of the thunder gun, but they're not as powerful, and it will kill any zombie that is around it and in the sound wave, but you just have to be able to notice when it breaks. And that's another thing, it's so loud that you know when it breaks because you stop hearing this gigantic sonic boom, and that's when you know it breaks. But I was a little upset this wasn't on more maps just because it was such a good buildable, but that's why the Subsurface Resonator is at number 2. And coming in at number 1, we have the Zombie Shield, piece of equipment that is on Transit, Mob of the Dead, and Origins. This I found was the most definitely helpful buildable throughout all of Black Ops 2. As you guys can see right there, I decided to build it on Origins because that's just the map where I feel like it looks the most badass. And you carry it around on your back, and you can bring it around to your front and hold it. And you can melee zombies with it, and it's a one-hit kill, and it launches them up till round 20. And it obviously will eventually take damage and break, but the main thing I use it for is simply just as, like I said, another backup. If you wear it on your back and you're running a train and you have Jug, you're basically invincible. Because Jug, you can take up to 4 hits, and the Zombie Riot Shield will block you from taking hits from the back. And that's half the time where you get hit. Like, unless you get trapped and you're getting hit from the front, half the time you're getting hit from behind. So, if you guys enjoyed this list, I would like you guys to please leave a like and subscribe for more of our top 5, top 10s. And like I said, the rest of them will be in the description. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your guys' opinions in the comment section below. I'm Jared from HTG Gaming, and I will see you guys in my next video.